What's up, sports bettors? A lot of games today, college football, college basketball. I have a ton of bets, and I'm going to be sharing them with you. So you can see, as always happens, college football lines are jumping around. As you get closer to game time, 12 p.m., you'll see on this screen money line odds. A lot of late sharp action starts coming in. You can see Baylor, for example, just moved from plus 110 to plus 115. So all these line movements are kind of, highlighted in color. So you can track that, and it's pretty interesting. So you can see Marist, lines keep ripping towards them. They just moved down on Fox Bet from plus 250 to plus 230. So they must be taking some action, or there must be some action on Marist coming in on Fox Bet. But anyways, I say this all the time, but like as a sharp bettor, you're a day trader. You really are. There's millions of odds. This is a market. This is a market. Lines are moving. Lineups are changing. Players are getting injured. So the way the sharps, the pros make money sports betting is they're looking at all this data in a variety of different formats and hunting for, out of the millions of odds on Caesars, if you just look at one random NHL game, the amount of crap you can bet. I mean, these sportsbooks have millions of odds. So all OddsJam tries to do is show you these line movements and show you spots with value. And all I do is I show you the things I bet on. My job is super chill. All I do is bet on sports, show you what I bet on, and try to explain it to you. And any questions you have, please let us know. So let's start out with my first play. Extremely profitable, absolutely ridiculous, 9.31% profit margin for the sports books I'm currently using. So here are the sports books I'm currently using. 6, WinBet, Thrive, Underdog. So maybe you have different books. Like sometimes people will be like, why don't you have plays on this sports book? Different locations have different sports books, and OddsJam handles that all. We have all Canada, all the offshore sports books. We have a global plus DFS plan for people in California, whatever. But you may have different bookies, and there may be good plays on those bookies. I don't know. That's why I also try to loop in a lot about sports betting strategy, right? How to make money. So check out this play. We have Flames Panthers. I got over 7 goals at plus 184 on Caesars. BetMGM has this plus 170. Bodog and Bovada have this plus 155. And then Pinnacle, so this is just the Pinnacle column, the OddsJam column. I accidentally filtered out Pinnacle, but this is the same as Pinnacle. They're all the way down at plus 142. So we're getting a lot of value, which is exactly what you're looking for as a sharp bettor, and I slammed it. I mean, I say this all the time, but I gave out this play on the Jazz earlier today. I have some plays on Underdog Fantasy, and this one was extremely high profit margin, 9.31%. So if I actually go here, what we can do is this is how you think about it, right? You have a 9.31% profit margin on a $2,500 stake. This bet alone is worth $232.75. Absolutely ridiculous. You also could have taken the over 6. They were just way off from the rest of the market, So first play I found. And again, sports betting, don't overcomplicate it. Sportsbooks charge the VIG. They charge the spread. Typically it's 4 to 5%. That's the VIG. That's the sportsbook's advantage on you. 4 to 5% VIG. Right? So people ask me then, well, if sportsbooks can charge the VIG, how do I make money? And the reason you can make money is all these sportsbooks have different odds. So you hunt for those rare betting opportunities. I mean, you can see above a 1% profit margin, there's probably only 6 plays in my location that were currently available. So out of the millions of odds on sportsbooks, Caesar Sportsbook, they're only screwing up big enough to where you can beat the VIG in, 4 or 5 locations at a time. And OddsJam points them out for you. And all the sharp bettors are trying to find them, right? And lines are moving as well. I say this all the time, but this is a market, just in the same way GameStop, people buy it, the price goes up. If I give out a really sharp bet and everyone bets it, the line's going to move. It's really that simple. So this is the first play I locked in, absolutely ridiculous. And again, your goal, if you have an edge, once you believe and, understand that you have an edge, it's really place as many bets as you can. Take advantage of as many profitable promos as you can. So here's a 4-leg college football parlay I have because Caesars has a promo. So all of these plays, Falcons -3, Brazil -0.5, in the World Cup against Cameroon. Falcons -3, whatever. All these plays are just bets with an edge, and I literally view it as I'm forming my own portfolio of sharp bets, and I want to deploy as much of my bankroll as I can because I know I have an edge. So next plays I have are on FanDuel. So this is why I always say, like, you need more sports books. All these sports books have different odds. So sometimes there's opportunities on FanDuel. Sometimes it's on Caesars, right? So the play I went with first, we can talk about is Wisconsin, Nebraska, over 39.5 at -110. And you may say, hey, you lost a few college football bets in a row or whatever it is. I have no idea. Although I have been tracking profit. You can check the description. I've been tracking profit and loss for all the plays I've given out on YouTube. We're up 37K. I've also been tracking profit and loss for any live streams. And again, we've never deleted a video. If that ever happens, it probably got banned by YouTube, but I don't think it has. In live streams, so you can go back through and you can look. These are just all the plays I gave out at the odds we bet them. And the goal is to show you, kind of it's like slow and steady wins the race. As a sharp bettor, you have losing weeks. It's just getting used to dealing with variance. Once you know you have an edge, and doesn't mean you're going to win every bet. So that's kind of something you need to consider. So this play is incredible. Wisconsin, Nebraska over 39.5. I mean, we're getting -110 on FanDuel. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? All these sports books are telling us, the over should be heavily favored, and you're getting value at -110. And then that's just your profit margin, 2.81%. So if we go here, this is just how I think about it. When I literally say I'm forming my own, portfolio of sharp, profitable bets, over 39.5 we have in Nebraska, Wisconsin, right? FanDuel gave me a max wager of 825.10, and that's what I mean when I say lines move, and I apologize. We bet it over 39.5. It was extremely good. They were off from the market by a point. Now, if you look here, they're at over 40.5. So we found a play with an edge, 825.10. So that's the next play we have, 825.10. So now I have two bets. They're uncorrelated. One is a hockey bet, one's a football bet. Both have a positive profit margin, right? And again, I'm just looking through the market for value. A lot of people think making money sports betting is about knowing the sports. Such BS. Such BS. I mean, come on, think about it. The people who make money in the financial industry are the hedge funds with all the data and the secretive algorithms, right? It's not about knowing sports. It's about understanding data, right? And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All these bookies, you treat them as independent data points of where the line should be set, and then you hunt for value, right? You look for those rare few betting opportunities, literally out of the millions of odds kind of on sports books. They screw up in only a few locations. And you may say, like, okay, well, why don't you just, and here's my next play, which is this NFL prop, same concept. You'll notice Bet Online, most of these sports books have the over juiced. Caesars, DraftKings, we're getting it plus 102. So that's the next play I locked in. And something a lot of people ask is just like, hey, if you can actually make money sports betting, why don't you just do it yourself and bet on sports full time? And it's like, well, it's a fun side hustle, but what you'll notice is this isn't even logged in. If I log in, it would be a lot lower. This isn't like scalable, right? Sportsbooks, they cap wager sizes. So you can win, you can beat them. It's a fun, lucrative side hustle, but you don't really hear about people, nobody wants to do this full time if they're smart. There's a lot, better opportunities out there that are actually scalable and stuff like that. So no one wants to do this. But you can definitely make money doing it, right? It's just about understanding the market, looking for value. All these bookies want to be unique, set lines independently. It's like, okay, great, you guys do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use software data, look for those few rare betting opportunities where I have really high confidence that FanDuel's screwing up and we're getting a play that's beating the VIG, beating the juice, which is exactly what we got here. Now you can see all the totals are at 40.5 or 41, even higher. So I say this all the time, but like, you just got to understand, you don't even have to, you just have to stop trusting your gut. It doesn't work. It's never worked. These handicappers, I mean, they're all BS. So here you'll see, over 40.5 is now -110. When you're betting at -110 juice, so you're betting 11 to win back 10, you only need to win 52.4% of your wagers to break even. So a sharp bettor would win like 54, 55, 56% of their wagers on spreads and totals. So that extra point of value, again, we're not guaranteed to win this bet, but getting over 39.5 like we did at minus 110, as opposed to over 40.5, literally makes all the difference. So the next play we had was that, now I'm forgetting, something about Miles Sanders, I don't even remember, but we had some NFL prop, some rushing prop in the Eagles game. So I got to remember the stake. I don't remember the EV percentage, but whatever. I'll remember to track it properly in this like profit tracking sheet. So I have a few more really good plays that I'm excited to share with you. So let's get into those. And again, like I say this all the time, but I highly recommend, first of all, I ride with you guys through the wins and the losses. Here's a parlay I gave out yesterday. Eastern Kentucky under 150.5, Vanderbilt minus 11.5. Again, I don't know anything about college basketball. I didn't even know these two colleges were colleges. Georgia State, I know Georgia, Eastern Kentucky. It's all about the numbers. It really is. You take your gut out of it, and you can make substantial profit sports betting. But what I was going to say is what's really cool now on OddsJam, it doesn't work for every bookie. And I know I've said it a lot, but it's important because a lot of people, they think they make money, but they don't. Or people, they go on losing streaks, and they're actually really profitable. And they don't think that they make money. So what I recommend is like at least for some of the main sports books, you can sync your accounts. It doesn't work for DraftKings, FanDuel, the offshore books. Like it doesn't work for most of the books I use. It doesn't work for Underdog Fantasy. But what you'll notice is it will track your wagers, right, and grade them as wins or losses. So here, well, great. What is this? It's showing me all losses. So that's not right. I hope not. No, it's not. We did have some losses yesterday, but we also won this Jazz +1. So maybe it's filtering for something. So filters, status. Oh, it's showing me all losses. Okay, so I want, one, or I'm not sure. I guess I should just clear that. So now you can see it's like all the wagers, and it'll just automatically sync them until your profit and loss by sport, by sportsbook, your ROI, stuff like that, right? And over a large sample size of bets, tens of thousands of bets, you should get high confidence that you're profitable or unprofitable. And again, you can't sync every sports book. In fact, I still have to sync more Caesars accounts. So Caesars, most of these sports books actually, it's like you can see here the balances are different, but that's because every state has, it's a different sports book. It's a different app based on regulations. So same with BetMGM, right? It's a different app. So let's keep going through. What did I have next? So next, let's go to Underdog Fantasy. This platform I absolutely love. We have been a bit cold recently. Gotten close, but Steven Adams frickin' screwed us yesterday. But again, the way this platform works, and I ride with you guys through all these plays, is any 3-leg parlay you create, literally any three-leg parlay, you're going to see that you're betting 1 to win 6. So this platform is just like a fixed parlay platform. Any 3-leg parlay is 1 to win 6, right? So we've gone through the math a bunch of times, and essentially what this means, because they're not varying your payout depending on if you select the over or the under or any picks you select, the only thing that matters is are you taking 2 picks in your entry, 3, 4, whatever. So for a 2-pick entry, you're getting terrible implied odds, minus 137 juice. So they're juicing the over and under to minus 137. But for 3-pick and 5-pick entries, you're getting minus 122. So what you want to do is just find a few sharp plays that look fantastic at minus 122. So the first pick I went with is right here. Kawhi, over 2.5 assists. Why do we like it? Again, I don't know anything about Kawhi Leonard and how he's done this season. I haven't seen a single Clippers game. I don't care. Doesn't matter. All I know is I've 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, because these are the same. 12 sports books are all telling me, yo, this is incredible at minus 122. So it's incredible in a parlay. It's incredible on Underdog Fantasy. No other bookie's giving us better than minus 140. some sports books, Pinnacle almost has it as a 2-1 favorite. We're getting it on underdog, right? So when sportsbooks have the over juiced, it's obviously they think the over is more likely to win. If a UFC fighter is minus 300, that fighter is 3-1 to win. If they're minus 900, they're 9-1 to win. If someone's plus 900, they're 1 out of 10 to win, right? So when the sportsbooks have an over heavily juiced, it's because they all think Kawhi over 2.5 assists is a lot more likely to hit than the under is, right? So that's a play we definitely want to be on. So if we go to FanDuel, what we can do is we can be like, okay, if we go to the Clippers game, and then you can go to player assists, and if you take Kawhi over 2.5, I'll kind of be able to give you an example of why this matters. So insane value on this play, 7.13% profit margin. Next, we have Jack Hughes over 3.5 shots on goal. Say it all the time. Doesn't frickin' matter what sport you're betting on, right? So let's go here. 3+ shots on goal? Nope. 4+ shots on goal we want for him, Jack Hughes. So it may have moved slightly since we started filming the video to minus 138. That's okay. So that's our second play, 4.22%. So now our parlay has roughly, an 11.5% profit margin. And then I skipped this one and I went with this one, Jack Eichel over 3.5 shots on goal. I actually have 2 plays. So then we want to go to the Vegas Golden Knights game. So you'll see on FanDuel, if we go here, this parlay is plus 384 odds. You're betting 1 to win 385 in profit. Now on underdog, right, we just said that you're betting 1 to win 6, right? You're betting 1 to win 6. But this is payout. That's not profit. So it's 1 to win 5 in profit. So it's basically plus 500 odds versus plus 384 odds. That's value. And granted, is this bet going to win every time? No, of course not. But the bet beats the vig, it beats the juice, and you'll make money. Betting on these plays long term. So that's the first play I went with, which I can show you right here. And the reason I put these 3 together, first of all, is hockey on Underdog Fantasy has a max wager of $250 once you include a hockey play. NBA is $2,000, NFL is $1,000. So I first included both hockey props in this one. And then what I did is I went with the NFL ones. So I took Kawhi, I took Hunter Henry, under 2.5 receptions. All the bookies have it juiced. And then I have Cole Kmet over 2.5 receptions, right? 3 sharp plays on underdog. And then that's my second pick. And I have some other ones open, that I've shared, that I've given out in videos before. And I say this all the time, but there's a lot of ways to skin the cat. Sometimes early in the week, for example, what I like to do, or as you get closer to game time and lines start ripping, kind of like we saw at the start with college football, is I like to go to player passing yards on this screen. And what you're going to notice is sometimes you can spot some pretty big discrepancies. Another thing too is if you're ever interested, in sports betting, you can feel free to email us. I'll put an email at the top. We're always looking for people who are interested in sports betting and stuff like that. And also just another thing is I started writing a bit. I'm going to try to write as opposed to just doing YouTube videos, helpful content about how to make money sports betting, good plays, whatever, stuff like that. So you can feel free to check it out under betting education. It's obviously free. Browsing odds on OddsJam is free. But here's what I like to do. Sometimes you'll see big discrepancies between Prize Picks or Underdog and the bookies. So here you can see Prize Picks is a little low. For example, on Matthew Stafford, they have his line at 225 half. The bookies are at, for the most part, 230 half, although there's some disagreement. So not that big of a discrepancy. But, you get the point. Sometimes you can see this in player receptions. There's a lot of interesting markets you can look at. And that's really the day in the life of a sharp bettor, right? You're looking at data in all these different ways, trying to make it actionable so you can find really great plays. So long story short, 2 sports bets I locked in, plus that third player prop I have to add, 2 plays on Underdog Fantasy, all very good. Let's make money.